What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing here, back with another video. And in today's video, guys, I wanted to go over the free holy relic that we are getting in the login bonus right here for the Ratatoskr demonic beast and also for the Nidhoggr demonic beast. So for you guys that don't know, in the login bonus right now, we are getting a full Ratatoskr relic, 15 of the mats, 30 of the SSR mats, and 80 of the cubes, so you are able to make a full relic. And then also as well for the Nidhoggr demonic beast too, so you're gonna be able to make a holy relic for both Nidhoggr and Rat. And so what we're gonna be doing in today's video is I'm gonna give you guys my recommendations on the characters that you want to be building these holy relics for, because you're obviously, now that you get the free mats, you want to take advantage of it and make a brand new holy relic. And so we're gonna discuss that in today's video. So if you guys do enjoy videos like this, man, definitely make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, as we are on the road to that 50,000 subscribers, guys. We are only, I think, 150 subs away from that 50k, man. If you haven't hit that sub button already and you want to join the channel, make sure to do it. Join the community. We have a ton of fun on the channel. And yeah, with that out of the way, man, let's hop in and we'll talk the holy relics that we're going to be discussing. Alright, guys, so we're here on the demonic beast section. So now what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to the craft holy relic section, and I wanted to go over each of the relics that I think are going to be a priority for you guys that you want to be making from either Nidhoggr or from Ratatoskr, and we'll talk about why I think they're so good and which one you should be making for your account. Alright, so in the Nidhoggr demonic beast, guys, the main holy relic that I would say you guys want to go for of the bunch is probably going to be Queen Diane. I'm looking at it now, like, if we're really looking at all these holy relics here, I mean, okay, if you don't have Freya's relic, like, this would be your number one if you don't have the demonic beast unit's relic, right? So Freya number one, like, far and away. If you do not have this relic already, go for this. But if we're talking like not the demonic beast unit, let's say you already have Freya's relic, but you just want to, like, you know, make a brand new relic that isn't the actual unit for it, then yeah, I mean, Queen Diane's is really good, because especially right now in the game, I mean, LR Queen Diane and Valentine's Diane are both very, very good units across the board. I mean, you can run them in, you know, Demon King, a bunch of demonic beast content. PvP, they're still viable as well. I mean, specifically LR Diane. So yeah, I mean, you know, that's really good in itself. And the effect on the relic is really good too, where you're getting damage dealt for your allies and up to 2 turns of that. So pretty much for the duration of the rank 1 stance, you get damage dealt 30% for your entire team. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at, guys. So yeah, I mean, that would be probably my highest priority at the moment. And then after that, I'm trying to think here, like, what else from Nidhoggr is really that crazy? I mean, at the moment, I feel like there's not that much, right? Freya's relic's really, really good, though. I will say this. If you do want Freya's relic, I mean, he's very, very strong, obviously, with this. He becomes a backline supportive character where he's providing a certain amount of basic stats depending on the Ragnarok or unknown race characters on the team. And you also do get single targeted attack damage dealt, which is very good too. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely not a bad relic either. I think this would definitely be higher on the priority. But I would say right now, in terms of like viability for a character right now, I think Queen Diane is probably my number one, just kind of looking at her right now. Other than that, though, I mean, Zeldris is really good. Actually, I will say, LR Zeldris or Red Zeldris, they have a really, really good holy relic. I mean, this one is going to be a team-wide basic stat increase up to 30% for every gauge removed from either you or the enemy. So that is a really good holy relic effect. It's all content as well. And yeah, I mean, if you're looking for, like, maybe if you're running like LR Zeldris and like Rat, and he's like your like main DPS character, then yeah, I mean, this is going to be a very, very strong relic. You know, 30% base stats for your whole team. That is nothing to scoff at all, guys. So yeah, now kind of looking at it again, this would be my ranking right now for Nidhoggr. So I'd say Freya number 1, Queen Diane number 2, and then I would say it's kind of a toss-up right now between Zeldris and Freyr. But I would say the more valuable character at the moment is probably gonna be Zeldris. Yeah, because I'm thinking right now, like, Freyr, like, you would make the holy relic, but it would only be for what, like, Nidhoggr clears himself. But if you're not using Goddess team, then, like, what are you doing, right? So I mean, at that point, I don't see it like being that much like use over like Zeldris, where I feel like LR Zeldris can still be run as a DPS on a lot of the demonic beasts. And even like Ratatoskr, I've seen people clear with Rat for using LR Zeldris, and he's really good for it, right? So that is definitely something to take into account right there. And I think the 30% base stats is nothing to scoff at all, really. But like, it's really insane. One holy relic I forgot to mention, honestly, though, guys, is Roxy's. Roxy's is really good because you're actually getting more basic stats and critical damage for each human ally on the battlefield. If you are running Roxy on speedrun human content, I mean, she's definitely up there. Now that I'm kind of seeing that relic, actually, I would probably say it's probably right under Queen Diana's actually, because I see the value in running Roxy's Relic over like, you know, Eller, Zeldris, and like Freyr, right? So I actually do see the value in that. I'm honestly, now that I'm seeing that, I'm gonna say Roxy is the number 3 relic recommendation. So I'm gonna have Freya number 1. I have and then Queen Diana number 2. I'll have Roxy number 3, and then from there I would say Zeldris, and then Freyr, then Infinity Merlin. That's going to be my ranking actually for the relic priority, guys. And then everything else at that point is really up to you. If you're missing any of the rest of the relics, I mean, you know, for collection's sake, do it. But they're none of them, other than, you know, the characters that I mentioned, are really going to be that outstanding, in my opinion. Now, you know, there are some like honorable mentions here. You know, Assault Melee's relic is really, really good. But him as a character right now is just not the greatest. I'm gonna say because Zeldris is really good in like Heroes Arena stuff. So, you know, if you get his relic as well. Yeah, and then like Melasila's in like, you know, some type of Heroes Arena stuff too. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'd say right now, guys, in terms of my recommendations for Nidhoggr. Let's actually move over to Rat and we'll talk what I recommend for that. Alrighty, guys, now discussing the Ratatoskr Holy Relics, in my opinion, the easy number 1 pick for Ratatoskr Holy Relics right now, and this is obviously dependent on your, you know, your account and what DPSs you're using on the Ratatoskr Demonic Beast itself, but I would say Trader Melee's Relic, guys, is probably one of the better Holy Relics from this lineup right here. Now, it's a toss-up for me between, you know, Light Mael's Relic and then also Trader Melee's, but also with the release of Demon King's Relic, I mean, that's another strong relic in the mix as well. So at the moment, I think what I'm gonna say Trader Melee is number 1 still, because of how much you can actually boost a, you know, a brand new player, or even like a, you know, a player that doesn't really invest that much in their box. If you're someone with like lower box, you see, I mean, Trader Melee with this relic and all the damage reduction he has from his kit, he has the all stats, he gets the attack related now, he gets cleanse for the team. It is very, very good. And also, if we're talking, you know, for floor 4 bird, this is a must-have Holy Relic if you're running Trader Melee. So I would say, yeah, Trader Melee number 1, very, very good Holy Relic overall. And then number 2, man, that's a toss-up. That is definitely a toss-up. I think Demon King's Relic is really good in PvP right now, but you do not need it for PvE strength. Whereas I think Mael's Relic works in both PvP and PvE for his benefit, and you get a lot of benefit out of it as well. You know, the attack-related build-up for every AoE a Goddess Ally dies, or a Goddess Ally does, and then a Goddess Ally doing a single target attack, you get damage dealt. So both of those things are very, very good, and things that Mael does benefit from. He becomes a very, very strong DPS. If you guys have seen my Heroes Arena videos, whenever I use him, he's always hitting super, super hard because you do the double AoE and then into Mael AoE. So with 30% attack related stats, that is a super substantial amount of attack related. So yeah, I would say probably number 2 for Mael. Then yeah, I'm gonna give him the number 2. And then I'll have Demon King number 3. Demon King, again, like, you know, I mentioned it already when I did my showcase for Demon King's Relic. It's really good. You know, you're getting attack related stats off the rip, so the first 2 turns before you lose the damage cap, you do a ton more damage. And then for each retrocession effect removed, you actually get some healing. You also get damage reduction as well. So, you know, for PvP, must-have Relic for Demon King if you're running him in the, you know, the Demon team as well. Definitely recommend getting this, especially if, like, you know, if you're in a situation right now where, you know, you don't really have goddesses built, you haven't really invested in the goddess team like that, and you really want like just a strong overall DPS, Demon King is really that unit. And then also the fact that when you get this relic, you're getting an extra stats. I mean, the first 2 turns, he's gonna have a ton of attack related. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna say this is, you know, one of the better Holy Relics from Rat. Definitely my number 3 recommendation. But yeah, I mean, other than that though, guys, other than those 3 that I mentioned, the rest are kind of not that crazy, I'll be honest. I'll say this: Queen Liz's relic is really good, but as a unit right now, she's just not the greatest, right? Like, this relic would be really, really good for her if she was more relevant, or if she got, like, you know, in the future, in some time, she gets like LR or something crazy like that. Then she's like, this is a must make, because it's a really good relic. It's just right now the character is just not being used. Gallon, I would say kind of the same thing with him. He's just not really viable right now in the game. If you do run him in, like, you know, floor 4 bird, maybe you could go for the relic, you know, just to get a little bit extra crit chance, crit damage, right? And then, you know, just the basic stats in general. So yeah, I mean, that could be solid. Hell right now, again, we talked about it with the free light and dark selector. I just don't think Hell right now is just a viable character, guys. So I'm just gonna say right now, probably skip out on that. And then Camillus is good, but like, the thing is, who is really running Camilla backline right now? You know, if you're running an unknown team, most people just kind of default to Nanashi. Not a lot of people have the green Camilla. If you do have green Camilla though, this is actually a very, very good holy relic if you do own this character. But it's really dependent on you having that character, because she has part of what, you know, the Nanashi passive pretty much is, right? Where you get the critical defense, you get the, you know, the crit resistance, you get the max HP, all that stuff, like, you know, Camilla's able to do, but you have to have the green Camilla, and then you also have to get the relics, so you get the extra attack, and then you also get the pierce rate, right? So that's definitely something to take into account, guys. I would say right now, it's not really a priority unless you own green Camilla. Other than that, I would say you can pretty much skip out on it. And then Dariyuri's relic, until she gets LR, guys, not worth getting right now, in my opinion. Like, even in Guild Boss, she's not even good for nukes anymore. It's just not worth it. So that's where I'm at on the Rat Demonic Beast. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. Let me know what holy relic you guys are going to be making on your account in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm going to see you guys on the next video, man. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day, guys. See you later, man.